Hey guys, welcome to week 193 of the Super Mario World RomHack Races. This week's level is rated 6 out of 10 and comes from Kerr and detdu. We didn't know anything about the level going into it, but we did have the name in advance, Shallow Water, and a water race level is pretty scary. Kerr has previously made 7 race levels and has 3 published ROM hacks, Moon, Death of a Plumber, and a collab with detdu, which is detdu's only ROM hack, Shallow and Pedantic. detdu has previously made 2 levels for the races. Let's go ahead and get started. Hey, good luck and have fun. May the water jank be ever in your favor. So the level has a water title, and I see the water and some fish, and I'm expecting to swim through this water, but it actually does something pretty unique. It doesn't make Mario swim, but any sprite that touches the water acts as though it's in water. That means that these brown platforms are going to be buoyant and carried upwards by the water. It's kind of hard to get up the way that I'm trying to do it with these 2 platforms. I have to jump on the right one several times to lower it down enough to give me space to jump up to the left one. We're going to see another sprite interact with the water. Yoshi falls more slowly. And here I finally realize what that coin means. I jump against that wall where the coin is and line up Mario's magic toes with the platform. That made that section much more consistent for me. I was confused because you really only use that Yoshi for 1 jump. Then I saw the spring, and I know the spring is going to fall slow in water also. I got just the tiniest glimpse of Charge and Chuck in the top left. So I'm having to deal with a Chuck gate there. I know that I don't have enough time or space to get through 2 Chucks, but I get anxious and just rush underneath the first one. Now they're also going to fall slow as they're in water, and I can use that to my advantage, but I need them to be jumping up first, and I'm just too slow to be able to catch that pufferfish. At this point I've had the rest of this level down to a science. The only thing that I know I need to change is how I'm approaching those Chucks, because I need to get through them and up to the pufferfish much faster. What I do is I wait for them to be completely submerged in the water and then start them jumping. That way I've got exactly the right time to get past them. Now the pufferfish swims towards Mario, and it also maintains its position on the screen as the screen moves around. I don't know if I have a midway yet, and when that Chuck jumps, I don't think I can make any more progress in the level. I'm really relieved once I respawn past that door. For a long time, to jump on that Chuck's head, I'm just kind of going with my gut and jumping when I think it's right. It really doesn't work out that well, and I'm much better off getting a consistent setup for it instead of just guessing. So the fast pipes make this section a little harder than it could be, just because I don't have much time to react. When I did the little double spin jump at the start of that room there, I was using my time in the air to buffer when I needed to jump to the Chuck. That gave me a much more consistent setup for getting that first part. And so, this part with the rope and the shell, I don't really understand what's happening with it. I sort of fall off the rope when I grab the shell, which makes it work a little bit like rope glitch, but then I'm stuck in one spot. I keep pausing in these fast pipes so I can get a little bit of a look ahead without having to immediately do something, and I still misread this section. I don't know why, but I expected to be able to swim in that water, even though I've not been able to swim in any other water so far. Right before I went in this pipe, I saw the arrow that was pointing to the left, so I'm expecting to just get out of that pipe and go back into it, but now I know I need to hit the on-off switch. By pausing and unpausing right as I was coming out of the fast pipe, I broke the music. I went too far out to the right and the brown blocks got eaten before I can go back in the pipe. I'm going to use this opportunity to look ahead to the right though. I can't see too much, but I know I'm going to have to jump over to those brown blocks. Now I really needed more time to read this setup after that pipe. I probably should have paused there, but I just have to go in and out of the pipe a couple of times to get the rocks to fall out of the way. I'm not really sure what to do with this Chuck, but I assume the only thing I really can do with him is bounce off of him to the right. And I'm just shocked that that worked out the first try. And that's a midair indicator. I am not at the point yet where I can do midairs consistently. So there actually is water in place to make that midair easier, which is really good because ordinarily there are a series of nearly frame-perfect inputs, and it would just be asking way too much of the player to put that in a RomHack race level. I had gotten back to that final room a couple of times, but I wasn't able to make it back over to the shell until this last attempt. I got pretty lucky with that read on the falling Chuck and Koopa. So yeah, the water helped in two different ways. It made the shell fall slower, and it made it travel to the right slower also. It still felt really cool to pull off. My time this week was 44 minutes and 48 seconds. That gave me 3rd place out of 8 racers who finished. This was a really cool level. The water mechanic reminded me of something right out of Mario Maker, and they did a whole lot with it. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'm going to keep putting out these videos showing my part of every week's RomHack race. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more here on YouTube. You can also find me on Twitch and TikTok. My links are down in the description.
It's over!